I love you all. Thank you very much. It's nice to be back. And I am Sanford Chief. This is the Chelsea Football FanCast. This is Pablo. He's very clever. This is Ross. He's very lovely. And this is Jonathan Kidd. And he's an actor.
So you can tell by my dulcet tones.
He does voiceovers. He does voiceovers, you know.
I do. About erectile dysfunction.
He does, because he can't get work for the posh ones.
I'm still not happy with where I am here. Can I be a bit more in?
Well, sort your chair out, love. Honestly, what a diva. Blimmin' diva.
Well, I want to feel I'm part of the group.
I'm a bit more worried about that weird stuff that's going on underneath your rear end, if you look carefully on the screen.
Yeah, I know. I've just breaking wind a lot. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah. I mean, this is the Chelsea Football FanCast with the shonkiest TV set since Doctor Who in the 1970s.
Looks as if I'm a bit electric.
It's retro. Do you remember Doctor Who in the 70s when they used to do chroma key and it was a bit kind of shonky? That's where we nicked ours from. Anyway, we've got to move on because you and I particularly have been talking far too many nonsenses today.
I haven't. It's you.
Okay,
actually.
It's me. I know. Yeah. Right, OK, this is the part that we call the Fannies, and basically that means it's our weekly awards, although this week it's going to be cumulative because we've had 5 games and missed them all because we were having our Christmas break. And the one that we'd like to start off with is the man of the match. Well, this really is going to be more kind of man of the last 5 games, if you see what I mean.
Man of the matches.
Man of the series.
Men of the match is... Yeah.
Men with men.
Let's not go there.
Men of the mooches.
Anyway, before we can spontaneously combust and load of lunacy, I'm going to actually out them, as it were. And for me, they were William, or Willian even. There you go. There we go. The poo from Spurs. They bought his flight. There we go. Willian. Lovely. I think he's been brilliant myself. My second nomination will be a certain Oscar, or who Ian Darke and the press... oh, my goodness. I was going to say he looks a bit pregnant there, doesn't he?
His wife is, that's why.
Yeah, well, I know, I've just remembered that because he had the ball up his jumper, but he does look like a bit like me, really. He looks like he ate too many mince pies this Christmas. But anyway, Oscar, who, again, just gets better and better and better and better. I thought he was brilliant. But the last nomination of the last 5 matches has got to be Eden Hazard. Now, I mean, he is, for me, really becoming this year our best player. I mean, he is our one proper, creative spark. I just love a bit of Eden Hazard at the moment. I really do. So those are the 3. I don't really think there's room for any more personally over the last 5 games.
I like the deliberate error in the script as well.
Shh, don't tell anybody. I cut and paste. Shh,
yeah.
I'd like to give another vote for the defence.
Certainly those 3, and I suppose Cahill probably deserves a bit of a shout. But really, it's those 3 who've been in form, and those 3 that've been winning his matches. So
that is a good shout.
I think the defence has been fantastic.
He should be making the case for the defence. He's a barrister. But it is a good point, Jonathan. I think because he was getting a bit of... People were being a bit,
But the blocks that they're throwing in all the time, actually, I have to say that...
4 of them against Southampton.
Yeah.
At the same time, it was brilliant. Synchronised blocking, wasn't it?
Dave has been remarkable at that. That's why I think Jose's such a fan of his.
Yeah, well,
all of them, other than Louise, really, and Louise being the one who's generally responsible for the blocks having to be made, as he was yesterday.
Yeah. But I think maybe he thinks, it'd be quite fun to see them all block it, so I'm just going to go AWOL and see
I just don't think he does think. Anyway, we're talking about man of the match, not opposite.
Geezer! So I had to be done.
It's a shame we didn't just have the talking heads then, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, so look, those are mine. I'm gonna make you vote, Pablo.
Well, actually, in terms of the upturn of form, I'm going to have to say Willian.
Willian.
I've got to go with my ratings, and by 0.04 points it goes to Eden Hazard.
Oh, is it Hazard?
No, it's Willian.
It's Willian. Willian won your ratings. You wrote them.
Did he?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah,
it's Willian.
So 2 for Willian. Jonathan.
Willian.
To be really fair, I'm actually going to say Willian too. I mean, I stand by what I said about Oscar and Hazard being brilliant, but I think in terms of his impact on the games, I love his commitment and his energy. He can run around, he can tackle, he can score great goals, he can make great goals. I think he's really becoming a massively valuable... I tell you what, Willian is making himself undroppable at the moment, and I like that. Benches, do you confirm our belief that Willian has been the best man of the last 5 matches?
No, I don't.
Hazard.
You really think Hazard?
Contentious.
Well, it's a good job you don't get a vote. I was
going to say.
Right, we are now going to move on to a lovely old stalwart of the Fannies, which is Chant of the match, and there have been some brilliant ones, and I wrote a whole list of them, and a lot of them I can't actually read, but I'm going to do what I can, so just bear with me. Have you ever seen Gerrard win the league? Have we? No, we haven't. Feed the scousers, let them know it's Christmas time, which I particularly like because I thought it was very topical, it being Christmas. This is one I really enjoyed, absolutely screaming at the Liverpool game. Who's the Scouser in the black? I also enjoyed singing Suarez, you're a certain thing that we don't really allow. Well, we're a bit close, Ross, so let's go move on. We know the song. We used to sing it to Gary Neville. There we go, that'll remind you. I like this one too. Fernando Torres, he left because you're poo. Obviously, we didn't say poo. Obviously, the boring Chelsea I really enjoy because I love the irony in that. I quite enjoyed this one. Pablo will probably disagree with me when I go, because I was right next to the Saints fans when I went. And
I thought it was quite funny.
I started that.
Yeah.
Oh, when the Saints go marching out because they were leaving in droves. Fire alarm. It was mad. Anyway, so that was quite fun. I thought our response to them baiting John Terry. John Terry, he thinks you're all, again, very rude word. We can't say it, but very appropriate. What else? Oh, this is a very good favourite one of mine as well at the Southampton game. Gone to the sales. You should have gone to the sales. Oh, that was quite funny because it was New Year's Day.
Yeah.
And maybe they should have done.
Are we doing Derby as well for Chance?
Well, no, actually. I don't think there are any on Derby, but you can mention
Can
a
I
few.
mention one?
You can. There is one from Derby, which is the bouncy. I thought the best bouncy I've seen for a long time.
Probably another one.
Another one was he scores when he wants, Mikel.
Oh, yeah.
That's Sloop John B, that's banned.
Yeah, Sloop John B. Kick Sloop John B out of modern football. Didn't you know that?
No, I'm sorry.
Honestly. Anyway, there's another one.
I know nothing about singing.
We were singing to the Southampton fans about the European Cup, and I have to say, top marks to them, because they sang back to us, Johnson's Paint Trophy, you'll never win that.
Clever.
And I actually thought that was quite fun.
Clever, that's fun.
The other thing I liked in the Southampton match, I know it's very much Southampton, but I was very much part of it. In fact, actually, I was standing next to Harry Baker at that match, which is great fun. Me and Harry, we were loving that, weren't we, H?
Lovely.
We were. The other nice thing about the Southampton match, and in fact the Derby match, so there you go, you get a Derby one too, is the Michael Essien, Michael Essien, which I mentioned because after the Southampton match, he went onto Twitter and said, thank you, all the Chelsea lads who were at Southampton for chanting my name. And I just thought that was really sweet.
Yeah, sweet.
I liked that. Yeah. So loads and loads
there was a really, really, really good We Hate Leeds yesterday at Derby as well.
We all hate
actually,
Leeds. They sang together.
Yeah, about 2/3 of the stadium eventually were singing it. Yeah, which was quite good.
Goes back to the 70s before you were born.
As a big no-no though, in the last two games, there had been a hell of a lot of
Chant, Pompey, play up.
Yeah,
no.
Play up Pompey and singing for Forest and Derby like
never.
And
don't do it.
Also
Hang
on, we've got to do all this.
This is a very serious, public service announcement, Jonathan. All into the camera together. No.
Sorry, I was a bit late. Can we do it again?
On three. 1, 2, 3.
No. Sorry, I'm a bit...
Not good. I'm with you there. Callum on Twitter really cross about that too. Anyway, look, what we're going to choose. I mean, I've shortlisted it. My own personal shortlist would be boring Chelsea, gone to the sales, should have gone to the sales, Michael Essien. That would be my shortlist. But you can vote. I'm going to give you a free vote because I'm in such a good mood. You can vote for anything you like, Jonathan, that was sung.
I don't like any of them because they're not new.
Are you going to abstain?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, I think gone to the sales. You should have gone to the sales, isn't you?
Yeah, it's quite good because there's a Debenhams there.
There is actually. You're going to vote. That's right, because you remember. That's right, because you turned up last year.
No, it was I got the wrong ticket. Yeah, I turned up with my Reading ticket.
That's right.
Years ago. It looks similar.
Yeah.
I spent the whole of the game. I got soaked. It was absolutely pouring down. Yeah, and I spent the whole of the game in the lingerie department in Debenhams.
Can I ask why you were in the lingerie department?
I found myself there. Some rather attractive girls coming in with, looking at. I don't know.
I can see. Why didn't you ever get a part in Are You Being Served? You'd have been brilliant in that.
I'd have loved to have been in that. I was in One Foot in the Grave.
Were you?
Yeah, twice.
Were you really?
Yeah.
You had both feet in the grave.
Yeah. The second time they said, "Oh, you've been in this before," so they gave me a moustache.
Oh, see, I'd much rather talk to Jonathan about his mad life than football. It's much more fun. Look, I'm going to put you down for Gone to the Sales on the.
Yeah, right. Fair enough.
Paul?
I'm going to be annoying and go for the Willian song just because it was consistent throughout.
Yeah, no, that's a good vote.
I want to vote for the away support in general. Over all
the songs.
There's some cracking.
That's a Celery
singing performance.
It's a Celery vote. Pick a song.
Otherwise, it would be chance of the match.
Essien.
All right, I'm going to go I'm going to go for boring Chelsea because I just love that. So we're all going to go mad. Benches, we can give you the casting vote, but please choose one.
Right.
I'll go with whatever you choose.
Well, Andy and I liked one which was directed at Steve McLaren in the Derby game, which was speak English. Why don't you speak English?
I quite like that. Yeah.
But I think I like the January sales one.
Okay, I like that too. There we go. We've got a consensus. Gone to the sales. You should have gone to the sales. And at that point, we move on because that was brilliant. Now, gone to the sales is something that Southampton fans would do because they would never be lucky enough to be where this video will take you. You need to see this. If you aren't crying, if there are not tears running down your face in 2.5 minutes' time, there is something seriously wrong with you. Enjoy.
One word. Unbelievable!
Bravo.
Bravo, Chidge. Oh, man, it brings it all back. It brings it... Oh, it doesn't...
Who was that bloke without a beard that shouted into the camera at some point?
I don't know. The worst selfie ever made, I think.
And what about the bloke who was just unmoved by it all?
To be fair...
I think he was a German. He was sneaked a ticket and he was wearing a Chelsea shirt. Yeah.
No, I think the guy was drained.
Just drained, was it? Yeah.
But I mean, that, of course, for those of you who are interested, is the second part of our Munich trilogy. In fact, we're going to call it Munich. That'd be
very good.
You know, but so we've done the before. That is the during, and next week we will show you the after, which I think consists of mainly the parade. But I haven't seen it, so you'll see it next week with me. Now we've got to move on very, very quick. Oh, the point about that: if you're at a game and you've taken some video, which you film like that. Not like that, you know, do it properly. If you're at a game, lots of singing, bit of a laugh, anything daft that's happened, send it in to chelseafancast@gmail.com and we'll try and get it on the show. But I bet you can't do better than that. Oh, no.
Did you take the parade as well, then?
Yeah, I got back in time because I was only there for a day, see?
Oh, right.
Yeah, anyway, we've got to move on very, very quickly. It's going to be the quickest Guinness moment and Celery moment ever done because, as always, we've been waffling on. Guinness moment, I'm going to make it very simple. There are 3 nominations, and this is what they are. Number 1, fingers on the buzzers in the gallery for the photos, if you've got them. Hazard's pass to Frank, who then volleyed it against the bar against Arsenal, which was just amazing. We have got, there we go, that's Frank taking the volley, brilliant. If that had gone in, that would have been goal of the season. Yeah. So the pass from Hazard was Zola-esque. Remember the one he did to Poyet?
Yep.
Against Sunderland? It was the same, I thought. That was brilliant. The Hazard goal against Liverpool, which the media had the temerity to say was a bit dodgy because it bounced off Oscar. The view I had of that, because I'm pretty much right behind that, and the way he bent that round, the technique...
It's one of those where the second he was running up to it, he knew exactly what was going to happen.
Just boom, boshed it in, didn't he? And a little bit of wee came out. That's all I can say. And finally,
what, from him or you?
Well, from me.
Oh, all right.
From me. But I'd had drunk an awful lot before.
Okay. And from Liverpool supporters.
So it was celebratory wee.
It was. Yeah. And the final one is Willian's goal against Saints. Again, I had a wonderful view of that. I was right, kind of in front of it, as it were. And so I saw him just move the ball to the right, and he just knew what was going to happen, and he absolutely wellied that. It was a great goal. So for me, obvious standouts. I'm going to go very, very quickly because we've got to do Celery now. But Ross, are you going to go? Which one are you going to go for?
Rare talent for the Willian goal.
Willian goal.
Yeah, Willian goal.
Willian.
Wonderful.
2 for Willian.
How's it go?
Which one? Oh, the one
goal.
Liverpool. Okay. I'm going to go for the pass to Frank, which unusually, even though it didn't actually result in a goal, I just thought the skill was sublime, and the whole move was just brilliant. It's the only decent thing about that game, apparently. But I'm going to go for that. So 2 for Willian. Willian gets it. Benches, are you in agreement broadly, very quickly?
Willian's goal.
You're loving a lot of the Willian. I'm happy with that. That's cool by me. Willian gets it. Right, now, last but not least, it is time for the Celery moment this week. Now, loads and loads we could nominate here, but I'm going to keep it very simple. We've got to... Oh, but right, I think these are Jonathan's. These came all the way from Debenhams.
They're not crutchless.
That's true, but they are at the back, kind of.
They've
got Chelsea on them.
Excuse me,
Ross. That's Celery.
have they been washed?
It's for Celery.
They have been washed. That is actually almost a Celery moment.
There's a skiddy.
Stop talking about knickers. We're talking about Celery. Right, Mikel's goal versus Derby, because he never ever scores. The fact that he scored, it was such a great goal, that's got to be a Celery moment. I love that. I thought Jose getting the crowd going during the Liverpool game, I thought that was brilliant. Classic Jose, knows when it's a big match, knows when he has to wind it in. He always does it to the Scousers, which they always deserve, and I loved all of that. It was mental. I loved all that. Crazy. The one thing I would say, though, Jose, for future reference, don't bother doing it to the East Stand. All right? It's a pointless, fruitless exercise. He sits there.
Yeah, I do nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing.
He was reading a book.
I don't watch the game.
I got 1 minute, I'm being told we've got to get on. Right, Jose getting the crowd going. Last one, I think this is a particularly good one. Cundy absolutely digging out the Scousers on TV and on Twitter all week, accusing them of being the most bitchy, whiny, bitter, twisted football supporters ever in the land. The worst losers. He said they're the worst. He said he's never seen anything like it when Liverpool lose. He's never seen anything like it, and he kept on saying it. He kept on ramming it home, and he was getting dog's abuse from them all week. We were sticking up for him. I'm voting for that now. Cundy is my Celery moment of the week, but very quickly.
Mine's none of them. Very, very quickly.
You don't count then. You've got to be on the list.
It's a certain policeman's hat falling off, getting out of the way of a Hazard deflection.
I give Pat
yesterday,
that. We can't say who, but that's all I'm saying. All right, Ross.
Quick shout out for the Oren Tully My Special Day thing, which was incredible watch.
Yes, that was very good. Actually, that's a very good point.
But from this list, I'll go for the Mikel goal because it made me laugh.
So Mikel goal.
I'm with you, Chant.
Cundy. Yeah. Cundy gets it. Benches, are we happy with Cundy?
Cundy, yeah. Definitely.
They loved that. You were applauding when I said it, so there we go. Right, hopefully you'll be applauding in a minute because we've got to go to a break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking about the Liverpool and the Arsenal games. They seem so long ago.